S Word Live. I am not in Detroit anymore. Today I am right in front of the gorgeous Hudson River. And today I want to talk about the biggest sales secret that I tell my paying clients. Now, for those of you who are learning to package up and sell your consulting services online and you're finding that a challenge, this could help you. So today, we're going to talk about one thing that most of my clients get wrong, that if you just do this one thing, you can get it right. So, bottom line, when you're going to package up and offer your services online, you need to be consistent. I've just spent time in Niagara Falls and in the mountains and now in the Hudson River Valley, and I'll tell you that water wins the day. When you think about what would you rather be hit in the head with, water or rock, water wins every time. It also wins in the game of consistency. So what do I teach my clients? I teach them my 0 to sales in 10 minutes a day system. What does that mean for service-based entrepreneurs? It means you're not spending 3 hours a day trying to get clients working on sales and marketing. What you're doing is you're spending 10 minutes a day doing one thing that works. And then you're taking that one connection strategy and you're turning it into people that you can actually connect with on social media. And then you're turning that into a personal message that will actually connect with them and not shove a link down their throat. And then you're turning that into something for free that is actually valuable and helpful to them, like a 5 minutes free sales training that you give every week, and then turn that into an opportunity to continue the relationship, whether it's in your private group or on a phone call. You're continuing the conversation, and that is where my clients really appreciate the scalpel effect, the 10-minute zeroed in focused effect, where I encourage them to use a timer and I encourage them to think before they speak so that they're not spending 3 hours a day in 10 different groups posting Barbie shots for awareness. That is not what I teach my clients to do. And so if you're here, say hello. The biggest thing that I teach my paying clients, I want to tell you a little story about why I think the 0 to sales system works so well and why you should care about it. I have one client who I was working with her for 2 weeks, and she had 0 sales before she started coming to me. She had just had a baby. She was changing things all the time. She was chasing every freebie in her news feed. She was changing her business model. She went from affiliate marketing to I'm going to start a podcast to I'm going to do done for you services, all within the span of a few days every single week. And she wasn't making any sales because she couldn't do anything for any length of time. She kept chasing the butterfly or chasing the squirrel. So if that sounds familiar, whether you're live or on the replay, type 1 in the comments. If you've ever looked in your newsfeed and thought, oh, that sounds good, I'm going to do affiliate marketing. Oh, wait, that sounds good. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a podcast. Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to offer 12-month services and a VIP day. So there's people coming. It's going to be awesome. That's the beauty of being in New York. You're surrounded by people. So if any of that sounds true, you should type 1. So that being said, when you do the 0 to sales, so this particular client, she was changing her business model. And so she decided to do one thing. We focused on 0 to sales in 10 minutes a day. She had one thing to do for 10 minutes on Monday, one thing to do for 10 minutes on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's it. She had one baby that she just had. She had a toddler running around. She was nursing. She didn't have time to get on phone calls. So we worked it out. We set up a system. And within 3 weeks of working together, so the first 2, nothing. By the 3rd week, she started making a sale. She made $750. Boom, it worked. She's like, oh my God, this works, it's so great. So we set up our next call in 2 weeks. I said, okay, stay on the course, stay the course, stay on the system. I called her, we talked in 2 weeks, nothing, no more sales. I was like, what happened? She's like, well, I thought I would take the system and tweak it. If I just did this in more groups, I would have more people to talk to and it would be more impactful. Unfortunately, where she was at in her business, she was not ready to scale. She was still focusing on one thing. So the name of the game is consistency and a scalpel versus a shovel. And in this case, with the 0 to sales in 10 minutes a day system, it is exactly one thing per day. There we go. Hey, hey. All right. It wanted me to move. No problem. See the beautiful lake, bun? That's not a lake. That's the Hudson River. I'm used to being in front of lakes. So with this being said, when I ask you to do one thing for 10 minutes a day, if you want to know what those things are, if you want to know what to do as a connection strategy, we should talk. If you want to know what to do, what does a love list mean and how do you love them up, we should talk. If you want to talk more about what to do in terms of how to message someone so that you're not dropping links and getting called a spammer, then we should talk. I know there's a lot of people out there that talk about getting into private messenger, but they're not doing it in a way that feels natural and genuine. They're just like, oh, they say they like to post that I put up. Let me slam them with 10 links about watching some video about something that blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. So the best advice that I give my paying clients when they want to package up and sell their consulting services online is to use a scalpel and not a shovel, to be consistent and not try to hit people over the head with a rock, and to use my 0 to sales in 10 minutes a day system. And I will put that, if you're curious, I do have a free sales training that leads up into exactly what that looks like for you to start out. It's a good starting point. It's a good first step, and it allows people to get a taste of what it's like to learn from me. And so thank you all for coming. If you like this and you think this might be beneficial for someone else, if you know someone who's a consultant and is packaging up and selling their services online and they're concerned about how they're going to offer this or how they're going to manage their time, because honestly, when you're a consultant selling your services online, you don't have 3 hours a day to use on sales and marketing. You have 10 minutes a day that you can laser focus because the rest of your day is spent delivering the services that you sell, right? Excellent. So that being said, if you find this was useful to anyone or you know anyone who's a consultant or looking to package up their expertise and sell it online, then you should share this for sure. So just swipe and share while this is live and or on the replay. So I thank you for coming. I thank you for sharing with me today in this beautiful Hudson River Valley. And I hope you enjoyed the Hudson River as much as I did as we talked about sales and how not to be the kind of guy that makes things gross.